All right, let's give today's waffle a shot. This is the waffle-shaped Wordle game. There are 6 words in this puzzle, 3 going across, 3 going up and down. Green tiles are in the right spot, yellow tiles are in the right word, but in the wrong spot. I like to start with the word that looks like we have the most information about, which looks like it's this right here. This O has to go here, and then it has to be cloth. I'm almost positive that word is cloth. So the only other possibility, I mean, the O only has one place to go in this top word. This O has to be in this word. It has to go here. This T doesn't necessarily have to be in this word, but there's no other letter that could go here other than this T. So that must be cloth. This word is going to start with an O, which is interesting. This E has to be in this word going up and down. I think the E is probably going to go here, but what could this end with? So O, some letter S. How does that work? And it can't be a C or a D. O. Okay, that's not immediately popping out at me. Let's look somewhere else. There's not a lot of other information in this puzzle. This word was really obvious, and then the rest of them look kind of tough. So this has to have an A in it. It's probably going to go after the H, right? You would think. So are there only O's and A's? There's one E, and then the rest of the vowels are O's and A's, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so we got cloth, and then we got, I was thinking this was going to be like happy, but I think H-A, handy maybe? I think handy looks pretty good there. Nothing else really popping out at me, so I'm going to write that one down. These are just notes, really, so I can keep track of the words that I'm thinking about. I like to figure out all the words before I start moving stuff around because I want to get a 5-star waffle, which means I have 10 swaps remaining or 5 swaps remaining at the end. I can only use 10 swaps, and swaps are like moving tiles around. Handy. Okay, so if this was handy, this would be a D, and then we would need an A in this word. D. So, wait, no, this wouldn't be a D. This would be an N. I'm thinking maybe A-S-O-N. Is there anything that works for that? A-S-O-N. I don't see that. Oh, arson would work? Okay. Arson would work going across here. So S-O-N, and then I was thinking A here, but I think A can go here, and that can be A-R-S-O-N. That would work. And then we have an A in this word. I feel like this has to be like, if it ends in H, it's either a C or a T here, right? And if it's A here, I guess this could be an S, but there's no S in the puzzle. C or T, A-T-H, A-C-H. What can come after a coach? Oh, this is probably coach. Okay, so now I've got 4 words that I'm thinking about. I think I'm going to write down the rest of the letters and see. Sometimes you can kind of figure out what's going on by just seeing the letters. So I'm going to write down every letter that isn't green right now. So T, T-O-R-E-O-O-T-A-O-N-C-A-L-D-N are all of the letters that are not green in the puzzle. And I'm going to remove the ones that I am using in these 4 words and see what I'm left with. So we use this T and this O. So I'll remove a T and an O. That was for cloth. Then handy has an A and D. So I need to remove an N, a D, and an A. So we already have this N from arson, but then we have an A-R and an O. A-R-O we need to get rid of. R-O, A, and then this was, we already have the A, but this was going to be coach. So O and a C. And then we are left with these letters. So E has to be in this word. This is an O. The E, I don't know, I don't see that. Oh, arson would work. A-R-S-O-N. Is there anything that works for that? The E onset. I feel like this has to be onset. That makes a ton of sense for the up and down words. So that would use an N, an E, and a T. So N-E-T, and then we'd be left with O-L for this one, and this ends in a T. Hotly. Onset and hotly. Cool, so there it is. There's our 6 words. Now I have to figure out how to move these around in as efficient a way as possible so that I can only use 10 swaps and get myself a 5-star waffle. So again, these 2 are going to turn green when I switch them, so this is a very efficient. If you can turn 2 tiles green in 1 swap, that's what we want. We want to find all instances where that's possible. So there's still 3 O's in the puzzle, which is kind of risky. We got to make sure we're putting these O's in the right spot. Because if one could switch with a tile and turn both green and we miss it, then we're not going to be able to do it optimally. Okay, so I'm going to look at each letter and see if I can find another instance of that. All right, so I found another spot where we can switch 2 tiles and have both of them turn green. This word is supposed to be handy. This word is supposed to be arson. So this A should be an O and this O should be an A. So when we switch these, they both turn green, hopefully. There we go, looking good. All right, so I think we're out of instances where I can move 2 tiles and turn both of them green in one move. But I think I found a little circle of 3 that are in each other's places. So this word is onset. So this E wants to be an N. This, where the C is, wants to be an E. And then this word is coach, so this wants to be a C. So if I switch the N into place, so onset, then the E and the C will be in each other's spots, and these will both turn green. So I was able to turn 3 tiles green in 2 moves there. And those are also important. So now we're just looking for, there are no more 1 movers, so I need to find more instances like that to be as efficient as possible here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles to move still. All right, found another little 3 tile circle. So this word's supposed to be arson. This is handy. So this O is supposed to be an N. This N is supposed to be an L for hotly, and this L is supposed to be an O. So O, L, N are all in each other's places. If I put that N in place, then I can switch these 2 and they should both be in the right place. So 3 tiles green in 2 moves. Very efficient. All right, so now we've reached an important part in the puzzle where we have 1 more tile to move than we have swaps remaining. I only have 4 swaps before I get to 5, but I have 5 tiles remaining. So if I make sure 1 tile turns green every time, then on the last move, the last tiles will be in each other's places and we'll be good to go. So we can turn 5 tiles green in 4 moves right now. So let's just make sure we turn 1 green every time. So D's turning green, T's turning green. These are okay. So I'm gonna put A turns green, and then both of these will turn green at the end. We got 5 swaps remaining. That's wondrous, says the computer, and we've got ourselves a 5-star waffle. Check out those beautiful 5 stars. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.